Earth was calm that day. The oceans moved slowly. Cities were full of light. People were busy with their normal lives. No one knew that this peace was about to end. High above the planet, something changed. Huge shadows appeared in space. Dark, silent ships covered the sky. They were not human. They were not friendly. The Empire had arrived. Satellites stopped working one by one. Screens across the world went dark. Then, without warning, bright beams fell from the sky. A few cities were hit. Not destroyed completely, just enough to send a message. People looked up in fear. Governments tried to respond, but it was useless. Human weapons could not even reach the ships. The Empire watched Earth like a hunter watching weak prey. Soon, a single signal entered every screen still working. An alien figure appeared. Tall, cold, confident. "This planet now belongs to the Empire," the voice said. "You are weak. You are divided. You will surrender." The Empire had studied humans. They saw wars, borders, and conflict. They believed humans could never stand together. To them, Earth was easy to take. Inside hidden bunkers, human leaders listened in silence. Soldiers waited. Scientists watched the data closely. Humanity felt fear, but not panic, because humans had learned something long ago. When something stronger comes, survival matters more than pride. The Empire waited for surrender. Instead, Earth went quiet. No reply, no attack, no begging. The alien commanders laughed. They believed humans were already broken. They were wrong. Deep under the surface of Earth, systems woke up. Old defense plans were opened. Messages were sent to places even the Empire did not know existed. Humanity was not ready to give up. This was not the end of Earth. This was only the beginning. The Empire did not wait long. They believed Earth was already defeated. Silence, to them, meant fear. It meant surrender was coming. The alien commanders ordered the next step of the invasion. Small landing ships broke away from a massive fleet. They moved through Earth's atmosphere like falling stars. Their goal was simple: take control points, crush resistance, and show the planet its place. The Empire's soldiers stepped onto Earth for the first time. They expected chaos. They expected humans to run. Instead, they found empty streets. Cities were quiet. Lights were off. No crowds. No attacks. Only silence. The Empire saw this as proof of victory. Humans were hiding. Alien patrols moved deeper into human territory. Their scanners showed weak weapons and old technology. The commanders laughed again. This species was far behind the galaxy. What the Empire did not see was a movement below. Deep underground, human bases were active. Engineers worked fast. Soldiers prepared without speaking. Screens showed alien positions in real time. Humanity was watching every step. The Empire made another mistake. They split their forces. Confident and careless, alien units spread out to control more land. Their supply lines grew long. Their ships stayed low in the sky, close to the surface. Human commanders noticed everything. A quiet order was given. Wait! Minutes passed, then hours. Alien soldiers grew bored. Their guard dropped. Victory felt certain. Then the ground exploded. Roads collapsed under alien vehicles. Hidden weapons fired from places the Empire thought were abandoned. Human drones filled the air. Signals jammed alien communication. Confusion spread fast. Alien soldiers tried to call their ships, but the connection failed. Their commanders shouted orders, but nothing moved as planned. For the first time since arriving, the Empire felt something new: uncertainty. Far above Earth, the alien fleet detected sudden human activity across the planet. Systems lit up. Weapons powered on. Data streams flooded space. A human voice finally answered the Empire's message. It was calm. "We are not weak," the message said. "You came too close." And in that moment, the Empire realized its greatest mistake. It had underestimated humanity. The first human attack was fast and precise. Across the planet, hidden weapons came online at the same time. Missiles did not fly high into space. They moved low and fast, using paths the Empire sensors could not track easily. Alien ships in the sky began to fall. Some lost power and crashed into empty land. Others drifted, silent and broken. The Empire had never seen weapons used this way. Their shields were strong, but they were made to stop direct attacks, not smart ones. On the ground, human forces moved. Small teams appeared from tunnels, ruins, and forests. They did not charge blindly. They hit alien units, then vanished. Each strike was quick. Each strike had a purpose. The Empire tried to respond. Commanders ordered a full counterattack, but their systems failed again. Human hackers had entered alien networks, turning advanced technology into dead weight. Maps froze. Orders arrived late, or not at all. Alien soldiers began to panic. They were trained to fight weaker worlds, not an enemy that learned and adapted so fast. Humans used simple tools in clever ways. Traps, false signals, and surprise attacks slowed the invasion. Above Earth, the Empire's fleet changed position. Large warships moved higher, keeping distance. For the first time, the commanders felt caution. The planet below was not behaving as expected. Inside a human command center, leaders watched the results. Losses were high on both sides. Cities were damaged. People were afraid. But something had changed. Humanity was no longer running. A senior alien officer sent a private report to the Empire's high command. Humans are unpredictable, it said. They fight as one. The message was short, honest, and dangerous. The Empire's response came quickly. More ships were ordered forward. Heavier weapons were unlocked. Earth was no longer seen as an easy prize. It was now a problem. As the next wave of alien forces moved closer, human commanders prepared for a larger fight. They knew this was only the beginning. Humanity had shown its teeth. Now the Empire would feel the bite. The Empire answered humanity's resistance with force. New warships moved into Earth's orbit. These ships were larger and heavier, built to destroy entire worlds. Their weapons glowed as they powered up, ready to end the fight in one strike. But Earth was no longer alone. Human bases on the moon activated. Long silent stations around Mars came online. Mining ships, once used only for work, changed their purpose. Armor plates were added. Old engines were pushed beyond safe limits. Humanity turned everything into a weapon. The Empire did not expect this. They believed humans were trapped on one planet. They did not know about the hidden colonies, the secret shipyards, or the long years of quiet preparation. Humans had always feared something might come from the stars. Now it had. The first space battle began near the moon. Human ships were smaller and weaker on paper, but they moved fast. They used the moon's gravity to change direction quickly. They fired, retreated, and attacked again from new angles. Alien shields failed under constant pressure. Empire commanders shouted orders as human ships passed through places thought impossible. Explosions filled the dark space. Debris covered the battlefield. For the first time, an Empire warship was destroyed by humans in open space. The shock spread through the alien fleet. Reports flooded in. Human forces were everywhere. On Earth, on the moon, near Mars. The invasion was no longer simple. It was turning into a war. On Earth, people watched the sky at night. They saw distant flashes of light. They knew humanity was fighting back. Fear was still there, but now it was mixed with hope. Inside the Empire's command ship, silence filled the room. Their enemy had grown stronger with every battle. Humans learned fast. They adapted faster. The Empire made a hard choice. They would end this by force. A message was sent to the core worlds of the Empire. The elite fleets were called. Weapons forbidden in most wars were unlocked. Earth was marked for total destruction. Human commanders felt the shift immediately. Enemy movements changed. Power levels rose. They understood the truth. The Empire was done underestimating humanity. The real war was about to begin. The final battle began without warning. Empire elite fleets arrived in perfect formation. Their ships were black, massive, and silent. These were not invasion forces. These were execution fleets, sent to erase worlds from history. Earth stood in their path. Human commanders knew they could not win by strength alone. The Empire had more ships, bigger weapons, and centuries of war experience. But humans had something different. They had resolve. Every human ship moved at once. Fighters, carriers, and converted mining vessels rushed forward. They did not hide. They did not retreat. This time, they met the enemy head-on. Space lit up with fire. Human ships took heavy losses. Many were destroyed in seconds. But each sacrifice had a purpose. Human forces targeted communication ships, command vessels, and power cores. The Empire's perfect formation began to break. On Earth, defense systems fired nonstop. Energy shields protected major cities, while everything else was used as bait. Human strategy was simple and brutal. Force the Empire to choose between targets. They chose wrong. A small group of human ships slipped through the chaos. They carried no heavy weapons. Only code. Human hackers entered the Empire's command network. Old weaknesses, ignored for centuries, were exploited. Orders looped. Systems shut down. Enemy ships began to fire on empty space. Panic spread through the alien fleet. Commanders tried to regain control, but it was too late. Human attacks came from all sides. The Empire had lost coordination. Then it happened. The Empire's main command ship went dark. Across the battlefield, alien ships slowed, stopped, or fled. Some surrendered. Others drifted, powerless. For the first time in its long history, the Empire was breaking. Humanity did not cheer. They were too busy finishing the fight. As the last major alien ship exploded near Earth's orbit, a message was sent from the remaining Empire leaders. Ceasefire. We surrender. Human commanders read the message in silence. They did not reply, because humanity had learned something important. Mercy was a choice, and the Empire had never given one. The war ended quietly. The last Empire ships either fled or were destroyed. Space around Earth was filled with broken metal and silent fire. The planet was damaged, but it was still alive. Humanity had survived. Human fleets returned home slowly. Many ships were missing. Many names were lost. Cities began to rebuild. People looked at the sky with new eyes. It was no longer empty. It was no longer safe. But Earth still stood. Across the galaxy, the story spread. Empire survivors carried fear instead of pride. They spoke of a small blue planet that refused to fall. A species that looked weak, but fought without fear. A species that learned, adapted, and struck back harder every time. Other alien races listened. They reviewed battle data. They watched recordings of human ships charging impossible odds. They studied how humans turned simple tools into deadly weapons. One rule became clear. Do not invade Earth. The Empire, once feared by many worlds, was broken. Its core systems collapsed. Its allies left. Its name became a warning instead of a threat. On Earth, humanity did not celebrate for long. Memorials were built. Names were carved into stone. Children were taught what had happened, not to create hate, but to remember the cost of survival. Human leaders sent a message into deep space. It was not a threat. It was not a boast. It was a warning. We want peace, the message said, but we will defend our home. The signal traveled far, reaching worlds that had never heard of Earth before. Some races watched in silence. Others changed their plans. Humanity returned to building, exploring, and preparing. They knew the galaxy was large. They also knew one truth now. Earth was no longer just a planet. It was a line, and no one would cross it again.